Thank you so much for coming in such a huge number. We are very happy to see you all guys. And I'm very glad that Nikhil sir and your dean and your campus has invite us to have a session with you guys. I will give each and every possible answer of you and explain you about the company and your work process over here. So it's not completely, but it's kind of a different atmosphere, what I feel in Decathlon. So I hope you have done a couple of internships as well in your different companies or place you want to work in the future. So I want to share some advantages of working in Decathlon and to experience how our culture is completely different from other corporate world. So let me be introducing myself first. My name is Ayush and I've been in the company for more than 1.5 years. My passion sport is basketball and I'm into fitness as well. I've played basketball for more than 7 years. I'm a basketball player for campus, cluster, command and state level as well. Currently I'm taking care of fitness department in Decathlon Faridabad and I'm a department leader over there. I'm also into recruitment and efficiency, so I was an efficiency and recruitment as well. So Faridabad store is like the original store for me. I've been there for almost 1.5 years and done some couple of things, learned a lot of things. And it's been a great journey, it's been a roller coaster ride and I've enjoyed myself and I want you to guys to have that same feeling because as a sports person I generally feel like teamwork is something which really turns something in me and I am very connected with people who are into sports as well. Because throughout my life I've just played sports and do my graduation as well. So which is very, it's very heartwarming for me if I interact with people, like-minded people obviously, and to explain a couple of things, ask them a couple of things and to hopefully enjoy the moment. Sure. So we just started. I want my team to introduce themselves as well.
So very good afternoon to everyone. My name is Mridal. I'm 24 years old and I have graduated in Bachelor of Arts program. And I'm a basketball player. I have been a basketball player, but while joining Decathlon, I was offered a chance to explore mountain sports. So right now at Decathlon Faridabad, I'm a sports leader for mountain sports. I'm also into the local sports project team. And so far the journey has been great. It's been a 1-year-long journey. And summarily, if I want to just give you a brief idea about my role at Decathlon, it's simply to run my business and develop my sports in the catchment that I have been given. So it may be vague, but to start with, I guess it's a clear enough role. Thank you so much for coming over here.
Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. Some more energy, please. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay. So, how many of you know Decathlon? That is pretty huge because wherever we go, we have to just struggle with. We have to introduce what Decathlon is. But now, all of you know what Decathlon is. So, my name is Hussain and I work in Decathlon Faridabad. I started my journey in the expansion team where we open new stores and then I joined the stores. My journey started in mountain sports only. I am a passionate hiker. Along with that I like hiking, trekking and also the skiing. Like my education, it was BTech in biotechnology. Somehow I completed it and went into Masters of Technology, MTech, Food Technology. And my BTech journey was of 5 years. It should be 4 years, but mine I was that kind of a student which usually sit there, don't attend classes, but I always loved the sport. So my part was always clear that I want to do what I have to do, and that is the reason I joined Decathlon. I used to visit Decathlon stores and spend a lot of time there. How many of you just go to, what is the frequency of you going to a Decathlon store?
Once a week or twice a week?
Once a month.
Once a month.
Okay. So what do you think about Decathlon? What type of retail it is? Yeah, so is it different from the other retails?
Yeah.
How? What we want here, we are just quite few people, so we won't be giving you a particular presentation, maybe you will get bored. So it will be quite interactive session. You have questions, you just shoot on us. We have some questions to you, we'll ask you. Okay? So how is it different from other retails?
By me, it's like it's hire only sports person staff. Like they know the things, the problems. One sportsman feel like I'm a football player, I'm a rugby player. So, but stress it will good for me. They know well. Like if the rugby player and a football player stress may be different.
Yes, it is by the users for the users. Okay. So you all are into retail management.
Yes.
So anyone of you can just stand up and say why you have joined retail, or it was just a parent's decision,
Yeah.
or you were joined retail management.
Enjoying this. I enjoyed. I scored not driving class, and I just end up enjoying here only. So in starting, I was not sure I should do this or not, but as the time go on, so I decided to pursue in this retail course, and I am liking it.
Okay, that's good.
What do you like exactly about retail?
Like I like talking to people. Like they are customer and they will get lots of problems to solve, and all the queries we can solve with customer. And I like talking to some new people.
So you like to have a good conversation and interaction with them. That's quite nice. Anyone else? Yeah, please.
Yeah, I've always been into sales things since my school time. Like I'm the one who used to work in shops of my father's friends, like not even ours, but because I like this thing of providing things to others, or like more relevantly, like making profit is money, and that feeling of having money in your hand, you have to provide something.
Business, I guess. Yeah, business, advocate business. Okay, anyone else? Guys, please feel free to have a good conversation. We are also new, so it's not like we are doing this quite often, so it's very impressive.
No judgment at all, please.
Yeah, you
Please.
can speak your heart out and you can see whatever you feel like you have completed almost 1 year. Yeah, please.
It is very different from corporate world.
Yeah.
Like in corporate, you sit on a particular place and work there. But in retail, you interact with different people daily, and there's a different routine daily. So I like that.
Okay. So use like it's every day is a new day.
Yeah,
You
every
have
day is a
to
new
deal with different kind of mindset people, and you interact with different people. One of the good points. Anyone else?
बाकी सारे सताए हुए हैं ठीक है कोई
Customer.
And you interact with some customers. That's a great experience.
So major things are covered, I guess, like to interact with people, business sense, how to run a business, how to spend money on the raw material, the product which you are going to sell to people. So eventually, retail is what I feel, what I have done, because I am also an engineer. Sorry. So I have also learned a couple of new things about psychology as well, because every human is a different human. So what I feel about retail is detail. Retail is the more detailed you are, the more clarity you have, and clarity is also power. So the more detailed you are, you get to have more business, and you will grow your business very easily as compared to a person who is not clear. Anyhow. So I would start with the presentation first. It's not a very like 7-15 pages presentation. It's a brief idea how Decathlon works and how people like us work here. So if you guys have any points in between, do feel free to ask, and it's not like you just have to see through it. You can.
Any one of you has a dream company in mind? Okay, I want to work here.
Yeah.
Yes. Which one?
Big up.
Anyone other than Decathlon?
Yeah.
One.
So you're going to do management. Anyone else?
Anyone else?
Burberry, exactly. Quite nice. Good choice. Anyone else? Sorry?
It's a
I can work anywhere. Who will tell me to shave my beard?
Okay. So you are beard man. So if I ask you if you can join Big Bazaar, what's your call on that?
No.
Why?
They tend to shave their stuff.
Really?
Yes.
They do.
He's got a really he's clear.
Yeah.
Beard should stay over there.
Now give my interview with
So,
Okay, like for in a person, it is very important to have a vision. Like all of us have a particular thing that I want to do this, and that is the reason I feel that our country in particular is not going into the right direction. It is not matching the standards of the West side. The reason being we are mostly by chance, not by choice, and whenever we take choices, we are not that clear. Maybe we are living in the world where today we see that I want to be an IAS. So how many of you would just want to crack the civil services? There are people like, if you see your friends, your cousins, who just want to be in civil services. They just give their exams, like they have the limit of 5 or 6 times, till the age of 28, they just start, they just always do that. They go into that and say, कि उनके माँ बाप के बाल जो है वो सफेद हो जाते हैं, माँ बाप बुजुर्ग हो रहे हैं, but they are into this. But when you talk about retail, one of you told that it is all about a new day daily. So same way, life is what you have every day can be a new day. You have to start from the zero. You may have a lot of trouble at your personal level, but when you just come to a retail, when you wear a jere or a uniform or an ID card, you're entirely a different place. And you people are really blessed that you have a particular course for that. Someone is mentoring you. So you people can just lead this particular sector in a much better way. So what I will suggest you always should have particular knowledge about the whole sector. Which company is there, how is it different from the other, what they are offering to you, how you can add value to a particular organization. That is where you need to just do your homework. Because your teachers will be working very hard that you should learn something, like whatever you study, the law of demand, the law of supply, the customer interaction behavior, the consumer behavior. But when it comes to you, you have to just move a mind ahead, you have to more focus on that what you can do to make this place, this whole earth, a beautiful place where you can add value. It will be very comfortable for everyone to live and lead. Okay?
So that's the clear point. We have a population of million, trillion. We have, and in Decathlon, like it's all over the country. It's all over the world as well. So not everywhere and not every person is not a professional player. What I feel, it's more of like people who are working or people who are practicing their sport. They are ideally a beginner, let's say, and who have just started to learn new sport. Like if I'm a basketballer, I just started to do hiking and training. So I'm a beginner with that. So some people would be intermediate who have just started, but they are into the training. They are learning a couple of things. They are into have a mindset that this is what I want to do. This is what I actually love. So majority of our people or the catchment is like beginner or intermediate, and we are very less number of professional people in any particular sport. So it's like our vision is to cover as many people, like more of beginners and intermediate, which is n number of people. Like if we are only targeting professional, it's very it's not very convenient to target as many people, because a person is a professional, he's actually at the sport as well, right? So if a person is a beginner, he has just started, he was into the sport and he want to nurture his skill and want to discover more skills. So we would like to target as many people. Good. Then I'll show you our purpose. What's the purpose of Decathlon? Yeah, so we'll start it. It's first point is our co-created vision to 2026. So this is the vision, like we want to follow this and we want to achieve our vision in 2026. It's been like almost 40 years, more than 40 years since the company has been discovered and originated by our founder. So it's in 2026, these are a couple of things which we actually admire and which we actually want to achieve. Right, so first thing is do what I love. So more of you are retailers, right? You are into retail, but how many of you are sports person or sports passionate? Cool. Nikhil sir, are you into sport?
Sports, I used to do the swimming kind of thing during my school days. Yeah.
On a regular sports. Okay.
Sports conveyor of the campus. I'm the sports conveyor of the campus as well.
Okay, wow. So you are into any sport? Like
these days, not getting enough time to play.
sir?
Yeah, I used to play. Now, of course, I can do that. Since I work at least, I make it a point every morning. I work at least 5 days.
5
Walking is again, it's a sport.
It's a sport. Walking is a sport.
When we
Yes,
are
that I got recently.
Every day you are a
Yes.
regular practice. Now are you into it or?
Yes, now also.
Oh, now also.
Every day, minimum 5
Guys, I have an example, a good example. So anyone else who is a regular sports student?
I'm an action player in volleyball.
Volleyball.
And I play many sports like throw ball, netball, long jump, relay, racing.
So
In school,
What
I
is-
have zonals, clusters, states, and national. I
this
play
sport you
national,
practice
or volleyball basically.
volleyball. So it's a regular practicer or
Yes.
you are regular practicer? Anyone in the back, sir?
I am the captain of AUD.
Okay.
AUD cricket team.
Okay, wow.
And we are the winner of that tournament.
Okay.
And I am the captain of football team, and I also and we will win that tournament also.
That's great. Amazing, amazing. Anyone at the back, sir? आपसे पूछ रहा हूँ सर क्या?
Any games in the sports?
कोई स्पोर्ट कोई मतलब प्लीज डोंट से कि यार ये लड़के लोग होके कोई स्पोर्ट नहीं खेलते यार आई एम नॉट इनटू इट क्या खेलते
कितने बच्चे every day invariably they do some kind of exercise.
या
How much? अच्छा.
boys are into gymming as well, right? Not the biceps and all, just to have a good fitness. Cardio anyone?
Yeah.
No? Okay, that's much better. Okay, so gymming you guys do, right? Cycling you do. That's a good sport. How often do you practice that? Roughly कितना चलाते हो आप almost? 5 किलोमीटर, 10 किलोमीटर, 6?
कभी कभार सब्जी लाने के लिए
8 किलोमीटर?
1 hour.
1 hour. कितना आपने almost करा है maximum आप जब राइड करते हो? Okay, but you practice it 1 hour every week? Continuously. Okay. So imagine you are working somewhere where you have to practice that sport every day. More than exactly. Amazing experience, right? You wake up early in the morning and you realize that you have to work. Simultaneously, you have to play as well. Not just by yourself, but you have to play with other people who eventually don't know you. Might be a possibility, good possibility, but with the people who are actually your teammates as well. Who are a hiker, who's a basketballer, who's a cardio trainer, whatever it be. So it's so surreal that people actually. Yeah.
बेसिकली रिटेल के बाद स्पोर्ट्स से कनेक्ट करने का एक होता है अच्छा रिटेल में एंटर करने के बाद कुछ ब्रांड जो स्पोर्ट्स को इंकरेज करते हैं
That's the answer. You have to play every single day. Not every single day, every alternate day. When you practice your sport. So it seems like a good thing for me as well. So that's our first cause, that do what I love. Like if you are a passionate cyclist, if you are a passionate basketballer and volleyballer and runner, walker, And karate, wow, that's a good sport. So it's like you have everything. You have to, if you really love that particular sport, you will enjoy throughout the day. And you have to explain people how you love the sport and why you practice the sport. So it's actually like you want to convey something which you actually love and admire. So that's the first cause we have. Yeah.
I just I have a question. How many of you are you guys understanding what we ask when we say you guys are passionate about sports? Like, what's the idea this forming in your mind? Being a passionate sports person.
Yes, please. What's your name? Varsha. Okay, guys. Varsha, want to say something? Yeah, please.
School time में मैं कबड्डी प्लेयर zonal level.
So you have played in the tournament. Like tournaments के लिए आपने खेला है थोड़ा बहुत competitive level पे आपने खेला है. So for you, being a passionate sports person is someone who gets into the sport, gets into the fundamentals and competitive level पे थोड़ा बहुत खेले, right?
Yeah. And बाद मैंने कराटे ज्वाइन कर दिए थे. कराटे ज्वाइन रेगुलर कराटे
बेसिकली जब मैं ये 2005 की बात है, जब MS धोनी का मैच था, इंडिया के मैच था श्रीलंका के लोग उसके जब में बात की, उसने लास्ट ओवर पे 6 रन किए थे और वो मैं मैच देखा था. उस दिन के बाद मुझे क्रिकेट इतना पसंद आने लगा. अगर कोई रात को भी खड़ा होकर बोलते हैं क्रिकेट खेलने चलते हैं, मैं तब भी क्रिकेट खेलूं.
So भले आप खेलो या प्रैक्टिस नहीं कर पा रहे हो for a period of time, मतलब आप थोड़ा स्पोर्ट्स से दूर हो, still you are into the sports, देख रहे हो उसके बारे में updated हो and all that. So आपके लिए being passionate about sports is something, just being updated about sports. आप खुद भी खेल रहे हैं.
मैं अभी भी मैच देख रहा हूँ, अपडेट ले रहा हूँ, मैच चल रहा है.
Any other idea?
I was in a school. क्लस्टर्स आने लगे तो पढ़ाई छोड़ दी. नेशनल के टाइम पे मैंने अपना बोर्ड पे ध्यान देना छोड़ दिया. मैं इतना पैशनेट था स्पोर्ट्स को लेके कि अगर मैं वॉलीबॉल में अब कोई और स्पोर्ट्स का टूर्नामेंट चल रहा है तो उसमें मोटिवेट करके मैं थ्रोबॉल का थ्रोबॉल खेलने चला गया.
So मतलब sports for you, passionate about sports is something मतलब वही है सबसे front. Okay, crazy about that. And चूँकि आप पहले भी खेल रहे थे, so it was easier for you to go into different sports और उसे.
Anyone else?
अभी भी कोई मुझे बोलता है कि कबड्डी के लिए मतलब गर्ल्स सही होता है, सबसे पहले मेरा हाथ ऊपर होता है. हाँ, कबड्डी के लिए मैं बहुत ज़्यादा एक्साइटेड हूँ, तो मैं पार्टिसिपेट करना चाहूँगी.
So that's it, right? Anyone else wants to add some point? So when we ask you people, or when we ask someone else also, and when we were asked also during our recruitment about passionate about sports, so it's not mandatory that you guys should be, playing it on a competitive level. You should be an achiever, maybe not. It's simply passionate about sports. सीधा सीधा मतलब ये, you are interested in the sport. कैसे भी हो आप, maybe once a while you play on one Sunday with your friends, but throughout the week आपका lunch आ रहा है, आपका break आ रहा है, सोने से पहले you just keep googling about players या फिर matches या फिर all that comes also in a broader sense, that also comes under being passionate about sports. तो during the discussion please don't be intimidated कि यार मैंने तो कोई नहीं खेला या फिर इतना मुझे पता है खेलना at least like about in this classroom I would say I would take a guess that about 70 or 80% of people love playing anything at all with your friends at least. कुछ भी, like it can be anything, everything, carom to rugby, कुछ भी हो सकता है.
It is important to know about the other brand, but having your professional ethics, I'm sure you know about this in your career, in your course. So it is very important that we never just say bad about the other company.
Yeah.
And at times it is very much possible, very much possible that Wildcraft bag will be better than a Yeshua bag.
Most of the time.
Nike shoes is better than what we have, because what we have already told you, we are targeting the masses. We want to make sports accessible to many. But Nike, it caters for professional runners. So that shoe will be better. That will be better. So it is okay. At times in our store, people come with the need that I have to run a marathon, I have to do this, we usually suggest them you can go for a Nike bag, a Nike shoe. Me and Mrinal have once, like a person came for a binoculars and he was into some security. So we just told him that we don't have the particular binoculars, but it will be useful to you. And after that, what Mrinal was doing, he was with the customer and just he was searching where he will get the Nikon binoculars. He called the Nikon showroom for 2-3 showrooms that do you have this model? That is how we are different from others. We are not into a particular sales job that here you have to just sell 20,000 bucks in 1 hour. Here it is very simple concept. We have to guide a customer. We have to help a user.
You are more in customer service.
Yes, we have to, because it is by the user for the user. If today I feel I won't be comfortable with these shoes to trek a mountain which is snowy, so I honestly tell you we don't have the particular shoe in our range. We can get it online for you. And suppose we don't have the particular shoes for that good trek for a Mount Everest summit. What we do, we usually refer them, you can go to this place. It is very important to have the knowledge of a competitive brand, but in Decathlon we believe that if today we can just tell them, okay, this is the right thing which they want. Because sport is directly related to technicality. It is related to the risk of your life. If you are running with the wrong shoes for a period of 1 year or 2 years, you will be spoiling your feet. Technicality is very important, and if we don't have that, it is really okay. We don't want to just cater everyone. Previously, the motto of Decathlon was making sports accessible to all. It was the motto of the company, but then we realized that we can't cater all. So we changed it to the many, so that we can exactly just do what we say.
All बहुत नानी भूल जाता है. All is like everyone. We cannot do that.
टारगेट तो कुछ होता ही होगा.
Economical कह रहे हो?
No, that's monetary target.
For if you are joining and you should complete this much sales, then you will get this salary. That is not at all the case.
See, the case is it's a retail store, so you are here to sell. First point. I'm not going to give you that direct impact. But the thing is, we are not into completely selling it. Like eventually, which he's saying that we are into guiding people. It's not like कि अगर आपने 25 लाख या 1.5 करोड़ आपने नहीं किया, तो आपको निकाल दिया जाएगा, आपको पैसा नहीं मिलेगा. It's not like that. It's like कि आपका बिजनेस है, आपको रन करना है. अगर आप दूसरे बंदे को बोलोगे अच्छी चीज बताओगे तो दोबारा आएगा. Word of mouth. ये आपने सुना होगा.
आप में से कितनों ने Decathlon का ऐड देखा है आज तक और News 24 पे?
नहीं ना? Because we
कभी news में believe
in advertising.
And how many people you see in a Decathlon store अगर आप Saturday Sunday पे जाते हो? You have to wait in the queue, but we don't do any advertisement.
We don't generally do that because first thing,
Banner भी है लोग ban.
Person put that Ambedkar Road.
Yes, there would have been a particular event in it.
event possibilities there. Like if you organize
Don't have any marketing plans.
so like it's so we generally don't advertise it because first thing it's very costly. So as a businessman, I don't want to spend 1,000 or 2,000 or 10,000 bucks in that particular banner where I'm not going to use it throughout. First thing, business sense. Second thing is like you can word of mouth is something which is the best thing. If like you are going to come to store, if I'm not going to meet you and I'm going to do the advertisement throughout the country, you are not going to come. चार बंदों को आप बोलोगे कि यार इसमें तो क्या है? Exactly. So the experience, that's why it's one of the causes which we are fighting for. Make a store an amazing experience because that's how you convert conversion rate. पता तो होगा conversion rate. Conversion.
When you see a Decathlon store, it is of 2,500 square meters, 2,500 and more square meters. Where the basic concept is try and buy. Someone was telling that when you, so that is the whole concept of store as an amazing experience where you actually try the product. If I want to buy a bicycle which may cost 4,500 rupees or 1,20,000, How will I sell it? The basic strategy is very simple, we let them try. In Decathlon stores, not in Delhi, because Delhi we don't have big stores. We have particular zones. We have made a pilot or a demo of a hill where there are so many pebble stones so that you can check whether the shoe has a good grip or not. Those are our stores. You can there are so many live examples where you can exactly play the sport. If you want to just buy a badminton racket, you can easily play in a Decathlon store. We always have a playground outside the store if you have noticed. If you want to buy a particular football for a hard ground or a soft ground, you can easily go into the ground, you can play and then you decide you want to buy it or you don't want to buy it. The very important concept is that at the end a user should be satisfied. I am just buying this product and I am satisfied. This is solving my purpose. Okay? Yes?
क्या एडवर्टीजमेंट से आपकी ग्रोथ ज़्यादा नहीं हो सकती?
There is हो सकती है और होगी obviously.
क्योंकि आपका यूएसपी हो सकता है,
conversion बढ़ेगा obviously. But now what I ask you, अगर आपका कोई भी आप कंपनी आप बना रहे हो, एडवर्टाइजिंग में आप पैसा खर्च करोगे, आप उसका पैसा उसका रेवेन्यू कहाँ से जनरेट करोगे? जो प्रोडक्ट आप बेच रहे हो उससे, जहाँ से कमाओगे वहीं तो स्पेंड करोगे. अब आप अगर एडवर्टीजमेंट कर रहे हैं 30 रुपए की बॉल का, it would cost you around, जब आप उसका एडवर्टीजमेंट करते रहोगे, जैसे आज तक या कोई भी न्यूज़ चैनल हो, those guys are charging I think 30,000 per second एक एडवर्टीजमेंट का. If I'm not wrong. उस 30,000 आपने स्पेंड कर दिया, let's say 30 सेकंड के लिए, कितना हो गया?
कॉस्ट बढ़ जाएगी.
कॉस्ट बढ़ गया. मैं वो पैसा कहाँ से निकालूंगा? अपने प्रोडक्ट से. तो आप increase the price of the product.
कॉन्सेप्ट खत्म हो
इसलिए वो कॉन्सेप्ट खत्म हो जाता है कि हमारा प्रोडक्ट जो हमारे प्रोडक्ट है वो चीप है. जो बिजनेसमैन होता है वो क्या करता है?
फिट नहीं होगी ना. फिर 500 का अगर एक बॉल है तो प्रोफेशनल अगर इशू
And now
फिर भी रहेगा.
तो उससे आपकी शेयर तो बढ़ सकती है ज़्यादा
कॉस्ट भी बढ़ेगा, बूस्ट
yeah. Now tell me one thing very honestly. Shah Rukh Khan is doing an ad film for Fair and Lovely, I guess. Yes. So how many of you believe that he is using the product? No. For me, brand ambassador of our store is Mrinal because he goes to hikes. That is the concept. He is the brand ambassador for cardio. When we enter to any Decathlon store, we have the brand ambassador there who can just tell you exactly is this product right or wrong for you. It doesn't make sense that I'll be just investing into Shah Rukh Khan or any other Salman Khan that okay you advertise for my sports thing. I told you sport is directly related to your health. You are using the wrong shoe, your feet will be affected. You are going to the same forest, you are going to Ranthambore with the Nike shoes, you are making a lot of noise, what will happen? Tiger will come.
Tiger.
And not Salman Khan tiger, but the real tiger will come. So for us, safety is a concern. And also it is very important that we are telling you what exactly you need. And if I am a particular user, I'll easily will easily be able to help you. When a person comes to my store and asks me about the gymming double, I usually refer them to the fitness team because they are much better than me. And directly, I don't think this makes sense that I am investing this much of amount into advertisement because here I am just telling you again, I am serving many, making sports accessible to many. How much percentage of India is in that middle class range? And how much is the elite class? So if I am not serving the elite class, I am into many, so should I invest into brand endorsements? I can easily invest more in the technicality of the product. When we buy a pair of shoes from Decathlon, we don't even provide a carry bag, not even the wrapper. When you go to
box,
we don't have a box, we directly give it because that is reducing the cost. And when you go to a Nike showroom, they have a different concept. There will be a ball in the middle It will be covered in a glass frame. There will be 4 projector lights on the 4 corners, and you won't be able to touch it. You won't be able to feel it. You can just see it. But here the concept is totally different. Unless you kick the ball, you don't know how it is.
It also creates the awareness. Again, we didn't advertise.
So one of your point is like advertisement. So simple logic है. मैं जहाँ invest करूँगा मैं कमाऊँगा भी वहाँ से. If I'm going to invest on advertisement or anything, let's just say, it will definitely save the boost the sale. Eventually, not serve our purpose. Our purpose is to serve many people. Not everyone would buy. Everyone would buy 99 rupee t-shirt, which we have. But everyone would not buy the same t-shirt if I'm going to sell it at 390 for sure. Cool. So that's the basic sense. So third thing is be where we are needed. Eventually we are more than 60 stores in the country, and we are targeting place which is completely outskirt of the city. Like Delhi में भी आपने कुछ ही stores देखे होंगे जो बिल्कुल middle में हैं.
This lack of space basically.
Because it's a lack of space. Generally, what we have in previous scenario that we have a standalone store, we don't have eventually have a store in malls and small areas because we want to display everything. But in Delhi, like this is space, we are having our stores, one of our stores in the city and the rest of the store in NCR or outskirts. Because we can be available everywhere. We want to actually be available everywhere. Where our users are not willing to come on one particular store. So that's the basic point, is to have where we are needed. We serve in a priority that money is something again connected to investment. Like money is the only thing which make a difference. Same example 99 in the future. कोई नहीं ले सकता 399, 499, 599, 699. Everyone can buy it. Not everyone, but most of them. Right? Good. Any questions? No.
This is the view of our stores. Skating. This is how we maintain it. The skating. Auxiliary.
Good. This is a store. This is something where we work. This is where we actually earn people and money. So this is centralized. These are our cross-marketing products. Guys, yes. Okay. What are 540s and 8020s, guys?
80-20.
Yes, 80-20.
एक कॉन्सेप्ट होता है जिसमें 20% जो जिसमें से 80% जो हमारे प्रोडक्ट्स होते हैं उसमें से हमारे ज्यादा सेल होती है 20% प्रोडक्ट्स हमारे जो होते हैं वो उससे 80% रेवेन्यू जनरेट होती है
80% revenue, 20% of product sales generated. 80% of sales generated from 20% of product.
80-20 is 20% of product.
80% of sales from that product. From that 20% of product.
Again, you are wrong.
80% of sales comes from 20%
of
product.
What are 540s? What are 540s? What are 540s? What are 540s? Guys, come on. It's a basic guy.
540. Same way, it is the same way. 540s.
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 बिल्कुल सही है सर. हाँ बिल्कुल सही है सर. सबको वही पता है.
540s क्या होता है? नहीं. 540s are 5% of products which give 40% of the revenue.
Top selling product.
Top selling product, high margin product, a best seller, best selling product. जिसपे जो bread and butter नहीं बोलते किसी भी उसका 99 रुपए वाली टी-शर्ट सर उसका दाम बढ़ जाएगा तो क्या भूखे मर जाएंगे. So that is 540. 5% of product which is give 40% of the price. 80-20 completely opposite. 80% प्रोडक्ट जो आपके बहुत हाई सेलर होते हैं, मतलब सॉरी हाई प्राइस वाले होते हैं, which does not get the revenue. But कुछ ना ब्रेड के बटर के साथ ऑमलेट भी देना है ना. That's the risk.
So that is what we said.
Again, सही बोला था, but confusion हो गया. Good. No one is wrong, but sense are the product. Okay. Next. Okay, then it's like the omni-channel business. This is the e-commerce. You can fill it and interactive terminal and stores. These are the three things which generally e-commerce is like economic. Yeah. Click and collect digital वाला होता है. Like जो आप store में मंगा सकते हो, store से pick कर सकते हो. जो प्रोडक्ट स्टोर में नहीं होते क्योंकि बहुत छोटे स्टोर्स आ गए हैं, so people cannot find each and every product over there, so what they do, they buy it online and they take it to the store. Interactive terminal in store, you guys, pretty lazy.
Cool. Also in this what happens, for example, अभी भी जो भी हमने स्टोर देखे in every retail in particularly in Delhi, we just select the product and then cash counter पे जाना होता है. You just have to bill it. But under this we have a store in Bangalore, Mall, and also in where you don't have to wait for the cashier to bill your products. Yes, you go, you scan the product, you pay.
Subhash का पैसे में कौन? Subhash का पैसे में कौन?
So there we have a concept like you guys can build the product by yourself. Guys, you guys can build the product by yourself. You don't need us to do the billing. You just there to build it by yourself because आधा है सामान लेना चाहते हैं. And that's a different thing, but ज़्यादा time spend करने पे frustrated.
But still वहाँ पे होते हैं.
हाँ होते हैं because it is a new concept. It's a concept, a new concept. Once you introduce a new concept, you have to stay. देखने के लिए कैसा रन कर रहा है. If it's not working, you have to dominate it. Right?
Try करने के लिए.
हाँ, it's we are just trying. In Gorka it is there. Gorka is a new store. Gorka किसी को visit करना, you'll find it very amusing over there. बहुत सारा new concept वहाँ पे लगा हुआ है. एक देहरादून में खुला है, which is also very quite innovative type.
Also we have our own logistics team. So we have a warehouse in North in Bilaspur where from we get the shipment. And in India we already told you when we came and how it is the journey.
सर आपने कहा द्वारका में स्टोर खुला है, बता सकते हैं कहाँ पे है का न्यू स्टोर?
सेक्टर 13-14 के पास है, मेट्रो से उतर दो.
पिनाकल.
I don't know the वो तो नहीं. It's a hotel, I guess.
Decathlon Dwarka, Google says.
Google it. I don't know the exact location. I've just went there just once. So the location था, वो meeting था, so I just went there. Good. Yeah, so back to
Decathlon, this is our vision. So this is the roadmap. Firstly, these were only these stores, but now we have a lot of stores here in the central part of Delhi, in south also. So these are what we are targeting. 2016 we were 48, 2017 we were targeting 65, in 18 we were targeting 85, but we have crossed only 70. So this is the figure. Until 2046 we are up to 1,000 stores. Okay. This is Decathlon Foundation. Like, what is CSR? If you have any idea?
Corporate social responsibility.
What is that?
Means to say that अगर आपकी revenue का कुछ % NGOs or something में देते हैं.
According to the corporate law, if you are earning this much,
Yes.
what is the amount that you have to invest in the social responsibility?
1%.
What is the amount? कितना profit में होना चाहिए?
specific figure.
What is the
Figure. Amount.
There is a particular figure that after that you have to invest in CSR. Decathlon was not falling in that, and before that, Decathlon started foundation where we are providing our support to the underprivileged children. In Madhya Pradesh, we have developed a skating rink. एक जगह पे जहाँ पे ये बच्चे अब स्टेट इंडिया को भी रिप्रेजेंट कर चुके हैं. Okay, and in India, our entry was through foundation. In 2005, we entered India as foundation, that is for the underprivileged people, and then we entered into the market. And then if we have everything on our own, then again, example of Ayush, he is an engineer, he works in retail, but he is into recruitment. Tomorrow, if he decides, he can go into logistics. We have a teammate who was in India, firstly in the stores, then in the warehouse for 7 years. And today he was so good in his job, and when Australia opened last year, he was leading the finance. He was the country finance officer, and he had zero knowledge of finance. The only thing, he was good in the previous projects, he was trained, and now he is into that project. So tomorrow, if you don't want to work in the retail sector, we have different verticals. IT, for example, he is an IT engineer, someone is an IT engineer who wants to just pursue IT, he can go there. In logistics, tomorrow if you want to explore logistics, like the construction, the engineers, the real estate, because we have to make a new store, there you have to be very important, like we have to be engineers how to design particular store. So that is the...
So it's all like do what I love again. If a person wants to be in a logistic, he can be in a logistic. There are any number of ways you can go there. You can go into production, you can go into retail, IT, e-commerce, expansion, finance, everything. Path is very broad. You can go anywhere if you have wings. Right? It's not like you have to choose there. If you are into retail, you are in the retail for your entire life. It's not like that. You can actually move to production, and after some year gaining experience in production, you can come back to retail. So that's how we work. You can go anywhere, not in India or what else. You can be a city leader one day. You can be a country leader, you can be a expansion. You can be anything. Just you have to know that the concrete nature, there has to be there.
And then Decathlon, at the end, if you join, this is a very important part of the presentation for you. Because if you are joining, what do we expect? The first thing is, you won't share the profit. The first thing, when you want to join any company, when you were working in your father's friend's place, what were you looking for?
Money.
First is the salary. Other than salary, we have the profit sharing where when we just achieve our target for the whole country, we divide it among the teammates. Like no other person other than Decathlon employee can just buy a share of Decathlon.
It's not for me.
It's not for
shareholding. Like if I'm working, I'm a shareholder. I can invest. Compound interest. Compound interest. Anyone?
Full
Suppose मैंने 100 रुपीस इन्वेस्ट किए हैं और मुझे उस पे 10 रुपीस का इंटरेस्ट मिल गया और उसके बाद वो 110 रुपीस पर इंटरेस्ट लगेगा 100 रुपीस पर नहीं लगेगा अगर 100 रुपीस पर लगेगा 100 रुपीस सिंपल इंटरेस्ट and 110 पर इंटरेस्ट
that's so you get like share अगर कंपनी प्रॉफिट करती है आपको प्रॉफिट मिलेगा. It's not like अगर आपका new was not like that. If a company grows, it grows.
And then the employee discount, for example, if we buy a Decathlon, we get a particular discount that is for 30%. Sports events. So we are sporty, we'll be happy that we have all the sports events around. We go for running, cycling, everything. Then is the bonus when we, in other retails, when we were talking that we should have a particular target.
Guys, money related issue और की बात हो रही है. मेरे को होता तो बात
पैसा important.
और obviously,
in other companies you have a particular target that you have to complete 20 lakhs sale or 15 lakhs sale, but where in Decathlon, I decide that this will be my target.
Imagine we decide our own target. अगर हमें कंपनी ने दे दिया लाइक्स कि तुम्हें 20 लाख करना है, I decide नहीं भाई मैं 10 लाख करूँगा.
That is the freedom what we have, and
उस 10 लाख में हाँ आपको 10 लाख करने के बाद आपको बोनस भी मिलता है.
And then you are also
covered. You have to be there. अगर 20 लाख बोला आप 3 लाख नहीं बोल सकते. you have to be aware कि इतना होना चाहिए due to जो आपका growth होता है, growth rate तो ऊपर नीचे 25-30% जितना भी होता है, accordingly you can pitch your concern कि यार मैं 15 लाख या 10 लाख करूँगा, accordingly action we'll do that and you will get the bonus as well.
Medical coverage where you are insured, you, your father and mother. If you are married, you, your wife,
your spouse or your